This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
We end round 15 of the NBL with the Phoenix hosting the Brisbane Bullets. And it's a very important game for both teams. For Phoenix, they've got to win. They've got to snap a 4-game losing streak if they want to make the playoffs or even the play-in. For the Bullets, some pride. We've got to play with some pride if you are a Brisbane Bullets player. Let's have a look at a same-game multi for this one. We'll take the Phoenix to cover the 9.5. I was thought about the big win, little win, but we'll take them to cover 9.5. Mitch Creek over 23.5. That's what he does each and every time he plays. And Ryan Brockhoff, Rowdy Ryan to make a couple. Enjoy the game and gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Baines to start the second half off with a bang. The banger from outside. Creek. Oh, it's certainly not done. He's feeling it now all of a sudden. He is a knockdown shooter. And there's some life in the Phoenix right now. Brisbane run the break. Kadee outside to cap it off with a big three. Sobey turns the corner. Kadee is in the corner. Bang. Great pack.
Make their move when it matters most. It straight away has an impact.
And they've let their actions do the talking tonight, the Bullets.
Tonight, the Phoenix return to their heartland out in Melbourne's southeast at the State Basketball Centre, where it's been almost 2 years since they last played at their home. It's a full house, sold out, and they're all coming because it is a must-win game for the Phoenix. The Brisbane Bullets come to town. The Stars return for the Phoenix, and the crowd are looking forward to a big one. As are we. Hello and welcome to the final game of round 15 of Hungry Jack's NBL23. I'm joined by Melbourne United star Xavier Rattan-Mays, Liam Santa Maria, and Liam, well, for the Phoenix, they've got a couple of big guns returning, and it's going to make a big difference because they can't turn the 4-game losing streak into 5.
No, you're right, Joey. Evening to you. Massive game. Huge game for the Phoenix. Really must-win type of territory. If they're going to make the finals, if they're going to make any noise in the finals, they're going to have to take care of games like this. And the positive for them, the band is back together. The starting lineup, the star-studded group, with this group on court and healthy, they're 10 wins and 3 losses. But when one or more of them are out, they're 2-8. And tonight, they welcome Gary Brown and Trey Kell back into the fold X, and that'll help.
Definitely. Having Trey Kell back is a huge addition for him. A guy that can go get buckets, a guy that can fill up the scoreboard. And Gary Brown is their leader. Gary Brown is the guy, the head of the snake for this offense. He's the guy that's going to get them in and out of sets, and they are hoping that he has a big one tonight.
Gary Brown's missed the last 5 games with a calf injury. Trey Kell the last couple with a knee, so it's good to see them back. And this is why it's a huge game for the Phoenix. We take a look at the standings. There's a team just outside the top 6 creeping their way up there. Xavier, Melbourne United, Phoenix have to get the win. And the reason why tonight is so important, Liam, they do get a Brisbane Bullets we know are struggling, but after that, it's a tough run to finish the season.
Sure is. All teams sitting above them, the Jack Jumpers, Wildcats, Taipans and Kings. So this one, they just really need to get over the line and tick this one off before they get stuck into that really tough run home.
Well, they should be fresh. They've had 8-day break in between games, and that certainly helped this man, Mitch Creek, who got a nasty scratch to the eyeball in their last game, but we know how important he's going to be, X.
He's huge for him. He is the focal point of this offense. He is the guy that makes them go. Mitch Creek is their MVP candidate and the guy that they count on and rely on night in and night out.
So he's the leading scorer in the competition, Mitch Creek, and he'll be looking to continue on that strong form, certainly in the MVP conversation. And well, for the Brisbane Bullets, we know it's been a tough year for them. They've lost 10 of their last 11 games by an average of almost 20 points a game, but they showed some positive signs Saturday night against Melbourne United. Next, they gave you a little bit of a fright, particularly in that third quarter when they got hot.
They did. They played some really good basketball, especially in that third quarter. They were able to come out, put some pressure on us, and make shots. And when they can make shots, they're a scary team to play against.
And one man who we know is going to be a focal point, and probably needs to be the focal point of their offense, Liam, is that man that we just saw, Aaron Baines. Had the 21 points, 11 boards on Saturday night, but certainly he's going to be a barometer for them.
Yeah, it was his best performance in the NBL. Big banger, and they made a bit more of a focus of him. They have been in recent games, getting in touches down low, but really, it was his work on the offensive glass. 8 offensive rebounds, big reason why he had the 20 and 10 double-double. His matchup with Alan Williams, second in the league in rebounding, the big source, will be fascinating to watch tonight.
It's certainly going to be a place for the faint-hearted down low. Big Sauce Williams going up against Bangor Baines. Can't wait for that one. Well, for the champions starting fives, we take a look at the Southeast Phoenix, and as we touched on, X having the two imports back in the starting lineup.
Both their guys back. Gary Brown, Trey Keller, both back in the starting lineup. Ryan Brokoff, big man in the middle, Big Sauce, and their MVP candidate, Mitch Creek.
We're looking for a big game from Ryan Brokoff. The 2 games back from his own injury, just 1 of 13 from three-point range, so he'll be looking to find his best tonight. And we take a look at the Brisbane Bullets champion starting 5, Liam.
Well, this is the group that they're going with no Tanner Krebs. He's sitting out right now. So you got Nathan Sobey. He's running the show with Jason Kadee in the backcourt. DJ Mitchell's had a really good first season in the league. Andrew White slides into that starting lineup. And, of course, Aaron Baines. And expect to see some early touches for the big fella down low.
Of course, it's their 3rd game in 6 days for the Brisbane Bullets. Their 3rd game of the round, in fact. So hopefully they've got enough in the legs. We know the Phoenix have had that nice long break and have been able to get healthy, and then more importantly get some time on the training court together, just be able to get some continuity, find their best, because particularly at the defensive end they've just been leaking a few points, so maybe they can sharpen up and start well.
Definitely, especially when you have guys that are out for a while like they have. It's great to have that time off where you can get your guys back together, get them practicing together, and develop that chemistry over again.
Full house, State Basketball Centre out in Wanturna. And a must-win game for the Phoenix. They're going to have to stop this man, Nathan Sobey, you would think. That's their best chance of winning the Bullets if Sobey can get hot.
Interesting matchup off the opening tip there. Trey Kell has the job going to Nathan Sobey. Would have thought maybe Gary Brown might get that matchup, but they like to put Trey Kell on their opponent's primary offensive weapon on the perimeter, and he's got the job on Sobey.
They do. He does a really good job. He's long, athletic, he's physical. And like you said, they put Kell on the primary matchup in every ball game, and expect to see him on Sobey for a majority of this game.
Here's Kadee. Can't get the first one to fall, but DJ Mitchell does well. Keeps the ball. Here's White, his first look at it. And that's a positive start.
That'll be frustrating for Phoenix coach Simon Mitchell. Just a little lapse in concentration there as his team tried to finish the defensive play on the glass.
Our fast starters, the Phoenix, #1 scoring team in opening quarters this year. It's Brown a bit long on that one, his first touch. Missed the 3 weeks with that calf injury. And there is the active hands from Cal. Gets the steal. Here's the matchup we're looking forward to. The big boys going at it. First point, the Big Baines.
Good D. Just picked the spot. Knew Big Sauce was going to drive it on the right hand towards the middle of the paint, and he gives up a few of these. Alan Williams, especially in his more recent games, just barging right through the middle. That's the easiest call the officials will make all night.
Kadee. Alongside Baines, Sobey, White and Mitchell. Had a really poor start Saturday night against United. So they'll be looking for their own confidences. Williams might get a little flop warning there. He tried to milk a call from the referee. He's not happy.
Tried to get one back.
He's going to get a technical.
Wow. And that's going to be 2 right away.
That is. See, in the NBA, the techs don't go to the individual. You can rack up the techs, but they don't count on your personal foul count. But here they do, and that's 2 early personals for Williams. He checks out, and geez, if they weren't going to Aaron Baines early, they will now. Dane Pinot's going to check in, and he has that matchup.
And because of that, he's going to be sitting for a while. It's a minute and a bit in. 2 fouls, you're normally sitting for the half, so we'll see how long they sit him before they can bring him back in, but definitely expect to see him out for the remainder of this first quarter.
Sobey with the air ball almost from the free throw line. That first little psychological win in this battle to the Bullets. I just wonder whether Williams is just so amped for this matchup. Just a little bit of lack of composure early as Brown will have his second go at it. It's a nice touch. First points on the board for the Phoenix. Gary Brown, first in the league, average assists, just under 7 a game. He can also score some points. Kadee. Here's Creek looking to push the tempo. Reaching foul on Jason Kadee.
He's so tough in transition, Mitch Creek. Always has been, but maybe a little more so back in his Adelaide days than here at the Phoenix. But I think they always look good when he pushes it, grabs the defensive glass, pushes it down the floor and looks to attack.
There's Gary Brown, just lost his footing. Able to get it to Cal, gets to the free throw line. So both the imports who've missed some time get on the scoreboard early. Sobey looking to attack. Kicks it out, wide open. It was White, couldn't get it to fall, and now 3-on-1 transition. Cal goes it alone.
And that's a great sign if you're Phoenix fans right now to see Kel get 2 back-to-back buckets, Gary Brown to get 1 as well. They've been out a while, so to see them get cooking early is a great sign.
And this is what we're talking about. This is the issue with no Alan Williams on the floor. Good awareness from the Bullets. Aaron Baines goes straight to the block. He's got Dane Pinot on his back, and he gets to home base.
Here's Brown, left alone. Pinot with the offensive board. Of course, the first time since round 11, the Phoenix have basically got their full roster. You know, no Joe Chi, who's still in China, as Creek gets his first bucket of the season for Mitch Creek. Nearly 24 points a game, at over 50% from the field, 6.5 boards. Here's DJ Mitchell, shot clock down to 3. He's gonna have to let it fly. Did he get it off in time? They're gonna say he did. That was close. It's a good bucket. Here's Cal, feeling good about himself. He's got 7 quick points to start.
What a start from Trey Cal. Welcome back to the lineup. Say the Phoenix fans as Greg Vanderjack calls for time.
Let's take a look at the Amy replay. Actually spoke about Trey Cal. He's feeling good.
Yeah, it looks like that. A little bit of time off, a little bit of rest, has his legs feeling good. Comes right back into this lineup and gives them elite shooting. A guy that can stretch the floor, put the ball on the ground. He is their scorer, and you know, a guy that looks great for him when he's going.
Well, we spoke about Alan Williams. He was pumped up early, couple of fouls, a technical, so he's sitting, but we've caught up with him pre-game just to speak about the Southeast Phoenix hunt for the finals.
With how close the ladder is right now, you know, every single game and possession matters so much, and so that's kind of what we've been focused on in practice this last week, is just really prioritizing the possessions and then understanding that our season could be over if we don't figure it out.
Do you relish these times when the pressure turns up a little bit in their must-win games?
Absolutely. You know, that's what you play for. It's the ability to go out and control your future, and we have the ability to do that tonight in the rest of these games, and so just looking forward to playing really good basketball and peaking at the right time.
Well, he was certainly much calmer in the pre-game and much more pleasant talking to Drew than he was to the officials. Such an important piece to the puzzle, and he's right. They are all really big games. They're all really big games for every team in the league right now. Of course, Brisbane and Illawarra, the only two that can't make the finals, but big for them in their own right, playing for pride, playing for their fans, trying to finish the season on a positive note. Definite danger game here for the Phoenix, and a tough start for Alan Williams.
To the Brisbane Bullets team, they've got nothing to lose. They can upset the apple cart for a few teams trying to make the finals. Baines hand off to Sobey, and again Baines hit solidly.
That's going to go on Trey Cal. Just barging through that Baines screen, sending him to the deck. Here's the Amy replay. I like that from the officials, because so often if there's bang-bang contact on those screening actions, they almost always call it on the screener. And sometimes it's just a good screen and goes the other way.
I think Bainesy a little too strong to be going down on that.
Here's Mitchell. He's already got one. Can't get that to fall. We'll go down courtside. Joining us for the first time tonight, Drew Jones. Drew, what's the atmosphere like there?
G'day, Joey. It is pumping here in Wantirna. 3,200 is the official capacity. I can still see the venue's manager bringing out extra chairs. There are so many people packed inside this stadium. They haven't played a game here for a couple of years. They've spent $100 million on this facility to upgrade it to make it one of the best in Australia, and I'm sure the Phoenix will be hoping to play more and more games here as the years go on. They've sold out 3 games here as a part of their fixture for the rest of the season. It's really, really loud. I'd be surprised if the players could hear each other very well right now because it is pumping inside the venue.
Do you like playing in these boutique stadiums? You get to play John Cain Arena, of course, and 15,000 can fill there. Do you like playing in these smaller stadiums?
Definitely. It's in these type of arenas, you feel like the fans are right on top of you. It gets extremely loud. The environments are amazing. Another one is Tassie. They don't see it a lot, but their venue is absolutely amazing with their environment and their culture and how loud the fans are. So playing in these smaller venues is always really cool for us players.
They've played 6 games here previously, the Phoenix. 2 wins and 4 losses. So not the positive record they would be after, but they're 9-2 at home this year, Liam. They are taking care of business when they do play at home.
Yeah, they certainly were at John Cain Arena. It was a heads-up play from Nathan Sobey, drawing that foul on Trey Cal. He was the hot player on the floor. Jeez, he's been cold from the stripe early doors. 1 for 4 now from the free throw line, Nathan Sobey. But that's 2 personals on Cal, joining Williams with 2 on the bench.
Usually shoots at just under 88% from the free throw line as well, Nathan Sobey. There's another foul called off the ball.
And with those 2 guys being out now, it puts a lot of pressure on Creaky. Now Creaky has to be ultra aggressive. They're going to have to feature him in this offense and get him a lot of touches.
So the skipper, Kyle Adnam, checks into the game, tried to feed it down to Pinot. Turnover. Junior Madut's also in for the Phoenix. Here's Kadee, looking for contact on Creek, and finished as well.
Good take from Kadee. He's been a little quiet in recent times, averaging 6 points per game over his last 5 on just 25%, as Creek can't hit from long range. But the Bullets, they need him to fire up. They need Sobey, Tyler Johnson and Kadee all helping to tick the scoreboard over.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson's been in good form the last 4 games, averaging just under 19 points and starts well here. His first look at it. Tyler Johnson. Here's Adnam looking for the 2-man game with Creek. A couple of deflections from Gack and then Baines.
Well, he's got an interesting matchup right now, Mitch Creek, because they've got the 2 bigs. Now Baines is going to check out, so Gorjok Gack now slides up to the 5, but he was on Mitch Creek there for a few possessions. In fact, he's going to stay there because Harrison comes in, so he's got a little extra length on Creek, which worried him around the rim on that last possession.
Here's Adnam. Gack pulls down the rebound. Another one who's been quiet in the last few games. Gorjok Gack, after hitting a really good patch around Christmas, as Kadee heads up play, chance to go to the stripe for an extra.
So good at drawing contact,
yeah.
Jason Kadee. When he gets a little step on you right here, then he leans in, wraps up Madut's arm there to keep him attached, and then finishes over the top.
He is. He's very heady. When he gets downhill, you have to try and disengage from his body because he loves contact. He loves playing through contact, and he's a guy that will pick up a couple fouls on you early.
Ryan Brockhoff has a spell. Gary Brown quickly to check back into this game. They've started well here, the Bullets. Although their free throw shooting's cost them. It's 1 from 5.
He's got 5 minutes of cardio in there, Ryan Brockhoff, to open this game. They need to try to get him looks and opportunities to let it fly, the Phoenix.
And Madut, a good feed down low to Pinot. Bark commits the foul. In the lineup today, no Tanner Krebs, missing his 2nd consecutive game with an injury. is Ryan Brockhoff. Had his own hip concern a few weeks ago. He's had a couple of games back, but just yet to get really going the offensive end is Mitch Creek.
That right-handed floater, his patented right-handed floater.
6 points already for him. Averaging 30 in the 2 meetings against the Bullets this season. Kadee couldn't get that to finish. And Adnam looking to get the skates on. He's going to draw the foul.
And this, for me, this is what you got to do if you're the Phoenix. You should be looking to push the tempo and run at every single opportunity. Defend well, clean the defensive glass, and then run. Because a team that is down the bottom of the standings, can't make the finals, where you can potentially take advantage of them is with their defensive transition. Do they have the energy, the effort, the wherewithal to get back? The Sydney Kings tested that in a big way. They ran out with a 49-point win. So if you're the Phoenix, should be looking to push the tempo whenever you can.
Definitely, and then when you see, you know, Brisbane go to these 2 big lineups with Harrison and Gack at the 4 and 5, it definitely gives you an opportunity to get out and run because you know they're going to be a little bit slower getting back down the floor.
Southeast back out to 3-point margin. Tyrell Harrison is in the game. And off to Johnson. It's a nice little move on Madut, who was able to meet him at the rim. Crowd enjoyed that one. Then can he finish at the other end? Creek back to Brown. He'll pull it out and reset. Just under 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Full house at the State Basketball Centre. Gary Brown also gets in on the act.
That's tough.
That's pretty from Gary Brown. Got the mismatch. Waved with the screen away and said, let me go to work here on the big fella.
So the 2 imports that have been missing for them in recent games, 12 points between them in this first quarter. Again, Kadee gets an easy look along the baseline. He's 3 of 6. Here's Brown again. Going to work on Johnson. Now Adnam, this time gets it to Pinot. Couldn't finish with the left, but another offensive board. That's their 3rd. Brown again. Halfway down. They're getting it done on the glass in this first quarter, the Phoenix. Here's Bark out to Kadee. He's had plenty of looks at it in this first quarter.
He has come out ultra aggressive.
0 from 3 for him from long range. In fact, it's his worst shooting year since his rookie year from the 3-point line. Jason Kadee, 28%. This man's shooting pretty well from long range, but that's a good look.
Great pass by Creaky. Way to get him up off the floor, be patient, and then see a wide open Madut late under the basket for an easy layup.
Ooh. Harrison tried to put on some moves, but Pinot was right there.
Good hit from, good pass from Mitch Creek down the other end. But watch Mitch Creek here defensively. The closeout here for Jason Kadee. And here's the action. Jason Kadee goes to the corner here. The closeout here. He needs to be better than that. This is season on the line type of stuff here for the Phoenix. Got to stutter step, hand up, stay in front, be solid.
And that has been an issue in their losing streak, the Phoenix. They're conceding 101 points a game in their last 4. So they do need to tighten that up coming into playoffs. Here's Brown. Got the 5 points and a couple of assists already. Shot clock down to 6. Tried to find Pinot. They'll keep possession. Good opening turn for Gary Brown in his return. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And he wants the ball back. Shot clock down to 2. He's going to have to let it fly. And another one.
Wow.
That's rimmed out. But again, another offensive rebound. That's their 4th. Adnam couldn't finish. And now the Bullets will get the last look at the first quarter. Sobey, just the 3 points for him. Draws, contacts, gets the no.
No, I think the foul was on Anticevic, bumping Baines as he was rolling down the lane, and that'll send the big banger to the free throw line. It's fascinating. We were talking the pre-game about how the Phoenix have got everyone back together now. They got all their guys that they don't have to run these funky lineups, and yet due to foul trouble, here we are. Anticevic, Tohi Smith-Milner here getting first quarter minutes due to those early fouls to Alan Williams and Trey Kell.
Of course, we know your chance to win a trip of a lifetime to the US for you and a mate to meet Shaquille O'Neal. Flights, accommodation and spending money included. Fans can enter via the QR code on screen or head to shaq.nbl.com.au. The Phoenix will get the last look at it. It'll be Adnam. Lets it fly. And a little party trick to close out the first quarter. Crowd enjoying this one. Full house at the State Basketball Centre out in Wantirna. And the Phoenix, it's a must-win game for them to stay in touch with the top 6. They lead by 6 points. Monday night basketball coming to you from Melbourne's southeast, and the Phoenix looking to snap a 4-game losing streak back at home at the Heartland State Basketball Centre, where they lead by 6 points. And off the back of their 2 injured stars who return to the lineup tonight, Trey Kell and Gary Brown, 12 points, 6 assists between them. They've had a really good first turn. The Brisbane Bullets have shown some fight, but probably at quarter time it's a fair lead for the Phoenix.
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't a bad quarter there for the Bullets. I think they just missed some shots that they otherwise would have made. 40% from the field, 1 of 7 from long range, as the Phoenix go right at Ryan Brockhoff to open the second quarter. I thought the defense wasn't too bad, especially their ability to keep the Phoenix off the foul line. They lead the league in free throw attempts. Southeast Melbourne put a lot of heat on the rim. Only 2 free throw attempts in that first quarter as Baines picks up the foul in the block.
Always seems to be something going on with Aaron Baines, whether it's the defenders or him offensively. Even though he's a physical player, I see him quite often speaking to the referees, the treatment. He picks up his first foul. You mentioned in that first quarter, Liam, about this Southeast Phoenix lineup. It's going to be a turnover. So it's a sloppy one from Tarangi. But you talk about getting the band back together. They used 11 players in that first quarter, the Southeast Phoenix.
Yeah, and the idea was, you would have thought, come back in and just play the studs maximum minutes, really, to try to get this all-important win. But the foul trouble has forced that issue. And now, once again, they've got a funky lineup out there on the floor.
Smith-Milner guarding Baines. Kicks it out to Sobey. And shot clock violation. So they were caught napping there, the Bullets.
Sobey's got to shoot that one. Inside, outside, off a pocket pass to a kick. Sobey at the three-point line, he has to shoot that one.
A couple of turnovers for both teams to start. The Brisbane Bullets do lead the competition in turnovers. It's been an issue for them all season. And that's its second sloppy turnover. Simon Mitchell won't be happy, and straight away he's going to get his star, Mitch Creek, back into the game.
And Brisbane in the last two games has made a little bit of an adjustment defensively. Normally you see Aaron Baines in deep drops, but in the past two games, he's in a little bit more of a flat to hard hedge and trying to discourage guys from getting downhill.
Tyler Johnson thought he was fouled. Now Edmund pushes the ball. Here's Creek. And that's going to count, Mitch Creek. Straight back into the ball game, straight into the action.
And that's the kind of push of the ball we're talking about, that the Phoenix need to be looking to do. As Mitch Creek just getting ahead of the rock, Kyle Adnam pushing it ahead down the sideline, and Creek putting his head on the rim. At every single opportunity, they should be looking to ask the question of this Brisbane defensive transition.
Tyler Johnson still a bit frustrated, but you spoke about them having more free throws than any team in the competition, 25 a game. In fact, they're the only team in the competition to average more free throw attempts than three-point attempts.
Well, that's their style. Joey, what foul called here on Big Banger underneath. He picks up his second personal.
Still not happy, Big Baines.
That's it. Hey, there you go. Warning.
Saw that a few games ago when Tajir McCall was getting under their skin. They were all getting quite frustrated, particularly Big Banger. So he just needs to settle down. They need his leadership tonight. As we said, he was excellent against Melbourne United with 21 points, 11 boards. And this one's out to 8. And now there's going to be another foul off the ball, again involving Baines.
Has he picked up a tee here? I think he has. Draws the foul there. Baines. And then the reaction here to the referee, right there, knocking the hand away. He's picked up a tee and his third personal foul.
So the first foul was on Smith-Milner, but just lost a bit of his composure here, Aaron Baines. And Greg Vanderjagt seen enough to just give him a little spell.
It's an interesting one. I noticed a couple of games ago that official, Nico Fernandez, Jarrell Brantley from New Zealand, didn't appreciate some physical contact. Yeah. Sort of arced back up about it a little bit, and right there it went the other way. It was Baines making contact, and Nico teed him up.
So Bullets just need to keep their composure here. Just try and get a little bit going on offense yet to score in this second quarter. Kadee again looking to draw the foul, but is able to finish. And he's been a shining light so far. 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Adnam again being aggressive, going downhill.
There's a big chance for Southeast Melbourne to grab a hold of the game right here. Grab a whole heap of momentum. The deflating couple of moments there for Brisbane as their big fella heads to the bench in foul trouble.
Definitely. These are those points in games where you feel like if you're Southeast, if you can get a couple stops, get a couple scores, you can really break this game open.
Simon Mitchell ringing the changes, bringing back big Sauce Williams. I think that's what the big round of applause might have been for. Become a real cult hero, hasn't he, Liam, in this first season?
No doubt about that. He's come in, averaging 9+ rebounds a game, second in the league, racking up double-doubles, and the personality as well. I think he's really endeared himself to the Phoenix fans. Speaking of which, DJ Mitchell and his three-point shooting will have endeared himself to the Bullets fans.
He is shooting the ball at an extremely high clip. I think he's right around 50%.
Yeah, he's almost 50, 40, 90.
Here's Creek again, and then Williams straight in the action. That's his first points of the night.
Good timeout. Greg Vanderjack, you can sense it. The momentum going Southeast Melbourne's way. You've got to keep them off the offensive glass. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the league, so he wants to stomp on it and get things sorted with his squad.
And Trey Cal, the 7 points. Mitch Creek's got himself up to 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 of 6 shooting. Does it so efficiently. Jason Kadee with the 8 points for the Brisbane Bullets. And that is the margin, 8 points. And we'll get down courtside because Drew Jones has a couple of special guests with him.
Joey, thank you. So I've got part owner Romy Chowdhury with me and CEO Tommy Greer. It's been a big week for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. You're in your heartland, Tommy, and you've got a new part owner as well. Tell us about Nick Kyrgios coming on board.
Look, personally and as a club, we couldn't be more excited. You know, to bring on someone with such a huge media platform, such a popular guy within tennis as well. I think he can really bring a lot of help to the club, you know, a lot of promotion and really put us on the map internationally. So, exciting.
Well, congratulations on that from your point of view, Tom. And Romy, you played a big part in getting Nick as a part of this because you guys have developed quite a friendship over the last couple of years.
Yes. Took a while for us to get there, but we got it done, and I'm so happy to have him on board with us. A lot of the values that he has are some of the things that we share with the club. His foundation does a lot of work with youth in the city. We have a very large fan base of the youth here, and we want him to participate with us here. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Now, Romy,
it's so loud in here, I can barely hear you, man.
Yeah, it's unreal. So, Romy, we see Nick sitting sideline for Sydney Kings games on the NBL coverage. Is that all over?
No, it's over, man. No, he's with us.
Tommy, so it's really unfortunate that Nick has hurt his knee. He's out of the Australian Open, but does that open up some opportunities for him to get more involved quicker than you thought?
Yeah, look, I hope so. I hope that, you know, pending his sort of knee and how he needs to rehab and go about that we can get him along potentially to a game next Sunday. So we'll see how he's going. Obviously, it'll be on his schedule, but we'd love to have him down here.
Tommy, we appreciate your time. Great work tonight. Sell out. It's pumping. Romy, so nice to meet you. We're getting Nick on board. Back to you, Lee.
It's great for the competition, isn't it, Liam, that we're getting these superstars wanting to become owners in our league. And Nick Kyrgios has spoken about how much the reason why he loves the NBL. A lot of these people enjoying watching what they're seeing this year.
Oh, 100%. Big vote of confidence in the league, the growth of the league, its trajectory. And we know Kyrgios, a baller in his own right. As Sobey glides to the rim in transition, finishes over his former Adelaide teammate. And so, yeah, I mean, geez, it's a star-studded Southeast Melbourne ownership group, isn't it? You talk about John Wall and Dante Exum, Zach Randolph and Josh Childress and the like. Kyrgios in the mix.
And this has been a good little run by the Brisbane Bullets here. They get it back to 2. 6 unanswered points from that time out.
Brisbane just have to continue to be solid defensively and close out their possessions with defensive rebounds. Like you said, you know, the Southeast is one of, if not the best, offensive rebounding team in the league, and they need to do a really good job of that.
There's some heavy contact off the ball involving Ryan Brockhoff and Nathan Sobey, and a technical foul called on Sobey, was it? The referee certainly just watched down the baseline there. That was the first contact. There was the second one.
We got a timeout.
I think he's being called for a tech for flopping.
So is that a second flop warning?
They had the warning earlier. Bainesy got the warning. So the next one was going to be a tee, and they've assessed that a flop, and that's a second tap now for Brisbane in this second quarter.
So interesting call.
Is the timeout to challenge it?
They,
well, what are you going to challenge here?
Talk us through it, Liam. What do you think? Is that a flop, or is there enough contact when you're walking backwards?
I think it was a combination of the two. I think there was definite contact and push off from Ryan Brockhoff, and then
he did sell it a little bit.
And then Sobey sold it, and then they didn't call the offensive foul, and they pounced on the flop.
Well, this season, with thanks to Latrobe Financial, you know, we are giving away guaranteed $50,000. Hasn't gone off yet. You've still got time to get those entries in. Enter now at nbl.com.au/legends for your chance to win. Get back out there. Kids, before school starts, find a court, hit some half-court shots for a chance to win $50,000. They've done a good job here, the Brisbane Bullets. Sharing the load. Sobey's got the 5 points. Kadee with 8. Andrew White's got himself up to 7. You know, DJ Mitchell knocking down to 3. It'll be Brockhoff. He'll take the free throw for the technical. Of course, we know how important this game is for the Phoenix. Sitting in 6th place. If they happen to drop tonight, they will finish the round in 7th, and Melbourne United will sneak into 6th. So it's not just the Phoenix fans watching this game with interest. There's a lot of Melbourne United fans, Liam, that are just quietly hoping that the Brisbane Bullets can cause an upset.
Well, Melbourne United fans, and one Melbourne United player in particular,
who's staying very professional,
sharing our company tonight.
Shout out to all the Melbourne United fans watching this game. We love you.
Nice little cut there from Kadee, who has been aggressive. First player in the game to double figures.
I tell you, it's not just Melbourne United. I mean, Perth, Tassie, Adelaide, all those teams will be cheering for Brisbane right now. The Source Williams floats that one in from the middle of the paint.
And if you're Brisbane here, you got to put Alan Williams, just like they are in some ball screen actions, test him out a little bit, knowing that he does not want to foul.
And there will be a foul called. Who's it going to be on? On Mitch Creek?
No, it's going on Ryan Brockhoff. 45, but I tell you, Williams was right in amongst that action.
You mentioned Phoenix get to the free throw line more than any other team in the competition, but at the moment, Bullets have been able to get there. This is their 8th free throw. Harrison gets it to fall. And we're all tied up. Led by as much as 8, the Phoenix, only a few minutes ago. Cal, and a terrific first quarter with the 7 points. Gets it back from Williams. Good defense from the Bullets.
Great defensive play from Sobey. Rise up and send that away.
They go down low to Mitchell. Gets the fadeaway to fall. And the Bullets are in front. Struggling offensively here, Southeast. Just 10 points so far in this quarter. Harrison almost got the deflection. Source now goes at him. Puts on the spin move, draws the foul.
He did a little bit of a better job there, Alan Williams, of being a little bit more creative with it. Not just trying to barge his way through and get to his spot just with physicality, because if he does, he's going to pick up offensive fouls like he did on one of the opening couple of possessions. So there, wheeled and dealed a little bit. Tyrell Harrison off balance and got himself to the strike.
Straight away with the dominating. And then the contact after is not deemed to be warranted USF from that respect.
Makes the first. Yet to see Harry Froling in this game. sitting here on the bench. Looks like Jack Gack might be looking to check back in. Owen Foxwell, almost the only South East player yet to get any time on the court. Simon Mitchell getting the bench involved. They're all tied up. And they're doing it without Sobey really having much of an influence, just the 5 points so far. Now Creek on Mitchell. Uses his size, draws the foul. Does it so well, Mitch Creek.
He is so tough when you get him in transition. Coming downhill, especially with that right hand, where he can, get to those little floaters, get himself to the rim. He loves to get to the free throw line. He's one of our league leaders in shooting free throws. So, he's a guy that you have to show your hands. You have to keep your hands out of the cookie jar and not allow him to pick up fouls. Because when he gets to that free throw line, it allows him to get going offensively.
Shooting at just under 80% from the stripe, Mitch Creek. Ryan Brockhoff and Gary Brown there. Brockhoff just a couple of points. There is Harry Froling. IQ going to check in for the first time. Creek makes both. Said for the Phoenix, their last win was back December 21, round 12 against the Brisbane Bullets. They won that comfortably.
Yeah, one.
And another one from Sobey.
Great attack from Nathan Sobey. Aggressive, blowing straight by the defender. But if you're the Phoenix, you just can't be giving up these kind of straight line drives. This has been their issue is at the defensive end. You just got to be solid. Trying to put a little bit of pressure on Nathan Sobey, but in the process, you give up a straight line drive to the basket and one finish at the rim.
And especially not straight line drive downhill left for Sobey. He's a right-hander that loves to get downhill left.
Gets that one to roll. Nathan Sobey now 3 of 6 from the stripe. Up to 8 points. He'll have to come to the bench with a little bit of blood.
Is that actually blood or is it just... All right, can we just jump to our benches, guys? Can we go to our benches? We're just going to check for blood on the court.
They heard the referee there. They're going to have to check for blood on the court. Asking both teams just to go to their benches.
So you just want to jump to your bench. We're just going to find Nathan had blood on him, so you want to check quickly.
There's been a lot of talk this week, Liam, with the Brisbane Bullets. CEO Peter McClellan has spoken about the whole organisation, everyone involved on notice, put himself in that. What do you see from your perspective with this Brisbane Bullets this season and what they can do to improve for next year?
It's been a mess, to be honest. I mean, when you have a variety of different coaches over the course of the season, it becomes really difficult. I spoke at the time when they moved Sam McKinnon back out of that role. They brought Greg Vanderjagt in. I said, this starts to become exhausting, emotionally draining for the players, and that proved to be the case. And of course, the 50-point loss to Sydney was sort of the bottom of the barrel of all of that. So I think they would agree from top to bottom, it hasn't gone well. The mix hasn't worked on the floor. There's been a lot of dysfunction in terms of who's been calling the shots. So that's the important thing, I think, over the off-season, to streamline all of those processes to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Well, Adnan just created something out of nothing. He was really just trying to keep the ball in bound. Got to Williams, and he's going to get to the free throw line. So we'll take a look at the Amy replay. Not sure whether it was a shot attempt. Worked out anyway.
That was a shot.
It was a shot?
It looked like it.
It was a shot.
It looked like he shot it up there to try and keep it in play.
Froling Heads-up play, saw Kadee.
What a pass, Harry.
That was on the money. He might have been watching a bit of the NFL playoffs this morning. But just a little bit sloppy from the Phoenix.
Very sloppy.
That might be a flop warning, too.
We're talking about the defensive transition for Brisbane. Well, again, just the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix making mistakes. Going back down the defensive end off a made free throw. They give up a layup down the other end.
And a much better quarter, this one from the Brisbane Bullets. 23 points already. Yet to score 30 points in a quarter this season, the Brisbane Bullets.
Let's go, hey.
They've still got just under 3 minutes left in this term. Can they extend their lead? Put a bit of pressure back on the Phoenix. As we said, must-win game for them. They've lost their last 4. Kadee, good ball movement, gave up the look. Froling. Now shot clock's a factor. Down to 4. Kadee's going to let it fly. Froling in the right spot. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Coming out having an instant impact. Off the bench, Harry Froling. Heads up play with the baseball pass full court. And they're making something out of nothing on the offensive glass.
Both sides struggling from three-point range. Brisbane 22% and Phoenix just shooting at 18%. Of course, round 16 kicks off on Wednesday night. The Phoenix will be back in action against the Tassie Jack Jumpers. And, of course, it is Heritage Round. We'll take a look at some of these Heritage jerseys. They're embracing the heartland, where they are tonight at the State Basketball Centre. And, of course, the Brisbane Bullets. Back to the old days, 1979, when they had the all-red.
I like that one. I think most people wouldn't have known.
No, I didn't know that.
So it's cool to kind of throw back all the way back to that foundation year, similar to what the Illawarra Hawks have done, their 1979 jersey. Those two teams have swapped colours for the round.
What have you liked, Xavier, so far from the Brisbane Bullets? They lead by 2 points. There's our mate Gibbo in the crowd. Adam Gibson.
They're keeping the pressure on offensively. They're put. You know, Brisbane is a team that's going to run a lot of pistol action, side ball screens, into high ball screens, and they've been really effective in it tonight. And you see Kadee, obviously he's come out with a point to prove. He's one of their leaders and a guy that, they feed off of. When he plays well, they play well. And he's come out with a lot of energy tonight. He's being ultra aggressive. He's trying to get them going, and it's working for him.
Speaking of one of our own in the crowd, Adam Gibson, I've got to ask you at some stage, Len, have you seen any of The Bachelor? You watched any of Felix?
Oh, yeah, I've watched
I might have to get your thoughts a bit later on Felix von Hoff on The Bachelor. Seems to be enjoying himself in the few early episodes I've seen.
I tell you, I'm going to focus more on episode 1 than episode 2. But he made me laugh in episode 1, man. In the Oprah Winfrey line, you get a rose, everyone gets a rose.
Harry's missed the first free throw, so all the kids in the crowd will be cheering him on to miss the second. And there's the free cheeseburgers. They love it. Code BLOCK. Anyone that wants a late night cheeseburger.
Great defense by TJ to be able to blow up that ball screen. And that is not a good sign for Southeast right there.
Ryan Brockhoff has had his injury troubles over the last couple of seasons. Hopefully that's just a bit of a knock on the knee, nothing too serious. He does seem good. You can just see there, Tyler Johnson coming through, clipped the outside of that knee, the right knee of Ryan Brockhoff. We'll get that looked at. Of course, coming back from the groin/hip injury, it was a bit of a unique one that does seem to occasionally get some unique injuries, Ryan Brockhoff, but hopefully he's okay. The last 2 minutes, Brisbane serving it up to Phoenix at their home. State Basketball Centre, Kadee. He's been the real instigator. He's been able to do this a number of times in the first half, and again, a chance for a three-point play.
Really good take from Jason Kadee, and it was the threat of the Harry Froling pick and pop that opened up that lane for Jason Kadee. Big Sauce Williams needing to stay attached. Really need to sort of switch that action, to be honest, but you see here, Froling lays on the ball screen right here, and Williams doesn't want to get too far away from the big fella, and Kadee able to get downhill.
Well, just averaging the 10 points a game this season, Jason Kadee. He's got 15 in this first half. And he's given Brisbane a game-high 5-point lead. Creek kicks it out to Tarangi. And now Johnson has Walker on the fast break, but just overshot the pass. Rockoff looks to be okay. It's from the body language. They've done well. Brisbane just protecting the ball. Just 5 turnovers in the first half. As I said, average nearly 16 a game. Creek couldn't get that to fall. And a 8th offensive rebound in this first half for the Phoenix. Gives them another look. Brown can't get that to drop. Just the 15 points in this second quarter for Southeast. Kadee to Froling, drew the contact, just couldn't finish his work.
Heavy dose of Jason Kadee in these ball screens, whether it's with Gak or Harry. Like you said, Liam, Harry poses that threat of that pick and pop, but here he's able to roll, get downhill, get on the rim. Obviously, he misses it, but that is great offense for this Brisbane team right now.
They're dominating the game right now. The Bullets, they have well and truly got the better of this second quarter. They've piled on 27 since quarter time after that Froling free throw. Kept the Phoenix to just 15. So they're locking them up and they're ticking the scoreboard down the other end, and they've built themselves a nice little 6-point lead.
And the Phoenix may be a bit lucky that Brisbane Bullets have left 7 free throws on the table, 7 of 14 from the stripe in the first half. Gary Brown's able to save that one. And he's going to look to go to work on Kadee. Shot clock to 5.
Wants to get to a little midi.
There is that mid-range. Couldn't get it to fall. Hasn't been able to add to his 5 points he had in that first quarter. Gary Brown.
Get a quick 2 for 1.
Johnson had a bit of contact from Creek. No whistle. Now Creek in transition. Smith-Milner gets it to fall.
Good boys from Creek. Kadee ready to take the charge. He just pulled up short.
I'd like to see the same thing right here. Kadee with the ball in his hands. 1-4, 1-5 ball screen with Harry. See if they can make something happen.
He's had the hot hand in the first half, Jace Kadee.
Wow.
And that is a big finish to the quarter. Finally, he says he's been struggling from long range, but he has helped himself to 18 points in the first half. And the Brisbane Bullets with a 7-point lead. It's the first time in any quarter this season that they've scored 30 points. They put up 30-17. And they have stunned the home crowd here, Liam, on a Monday night.
Sure have. Completely sapped all the energy out of the building as Kadee has put up a massive first half.
Well, he is the hottest man in the stadium at the moment, and he's down with Drew Jones.
Thanks, Joey. 18 points. Jason, feeling it tonight?
I mean, I've been terrible for the last few weeks, especially shooting the ball. I feel like I've been playing well, but just shots haven't been dropping. So sometimes it's a matter of just putting your head down and just trying to keep working. And we've done a good job just getting downhill tonight, getting downhill, and actually getting to the free throw line, which is nice as well.
Yeah, it feels like you guys haven't settled for jump shots. You've been trying to get inside the paint, contest, and really work hard to get a score on the board. Is that the mentality going into the game?
Yeah, just trying not to settle. Obviously, having Bainesy, Ty, Gak, Harry, like DJ as well, like elite screeners, we've got to use them better. And sometimes that means getting the ball, but sometimes it actually means us doing some work and finding our way, and then they can get the cleanups and stuff like that. So, look, good half, but this group's got to piece together 40 minutes. That's our goal.
Tough run of late. What would it mean to be able to get this done tonight?
Yeah, it's been nice. I think we've had 4 games or 3 games in a row with the same team, our full roster, which we haven't had all year long. So some consistency rolling through games definitely helps. And look, we're playing all right now, but it's a matter of, as I said, another 20 minutes.
Great first half. Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
That is the big question. Can the Brisbane Bullets continue this and cause one of the biggest upsets of the season? Half-time, plenty more to come, but they lead the Phoenix by 7 points.
Dunkueri is back and bigger than ever, but it wasn't always this way. In fact, it wasn't anything special. Fortunately, dunking has improved over the years.
The Phoenix force a turnover at halfway. Oh, Creek took a body.
So Sportsbet and the NBL are once again teaming up for Dunkueri, and that means every dunk in January, Sportsbet will give $500 to Australian prostate cancer.
See, mate, dunking's not that hard.
Dunk responsibly.
Well, the Phoenix, they're back at their heartland at the State Basketball Centre out in Melbourne's southeast. Sold out crowd, but they are stunned at half-time with what they've seen because the Brisbane Bullets lead by 7 points. They were trailing by 8 points midway through that second quarter, but a strong finish led by Jason Kadee sees them 7 points up. And it's fair to say, Liam, we didn't see this coming.
Massive turnaround. From 7 down to, well, 8 down to now 7 up from the Brisbane Bullets. It was a 25-10 run to finish that quarter over the last 7 minutes that put Brisbane in the lead like they have. It was a good start from the Phoenix. Getting out in transition, Gary Brown, Trey Kell, Mitch Creek, piling on the points in that opening quarter, but they got only 4 points from that trio in the second term as the Bullets completely turned this thing around. And it was on the back of an enhanced effort from Brisbane at the defensive end.
Definitely. They were really, really good on the defensive end. They were able to get stops and then started closing out possessions with defensive rebounds, which allowed them to get out in transition and play really good basketball. But led by Jason Kadee, he came out with a inspired performance tonight. He's playing good basketball. He's being aggressive, and he really wants to get a win tonight.
Well, we'll take a look at the numbers, and the Bullets have done a good job restricting the Phoenix at the field, just shooting at 41%. They've kept them off the free throw line as a whole. They've got to the free throw line themselves more. The rebounds have been the issue. The Southeast Phoenix have had 8 offensive boards, so that's really given them a chance. But from the Brisbane Bullets perspective, it's been Jason Kadee. I mean, he even just said himself at halftime, he's struggled in recent games. He's only averaging the 10 points a game. We know he's a better player than that, and we've seen it in the first half. He's been awesome.
Definitely. He's come out tonight with a mojo about him, wanted to come in and be aggressive, wanted to come in and be impactful for this team. They've obviously been struggling a little bit, but he is one of their leaders, and when he plays really good, this team follows suit.
It was that quarter in particular for Jason Kadee. He had 6 points in the first quarter, but he piled on 12 in that second term as he just got uber aggressive, as you say, peeling off those ball screens, making plays, getting to the rim, knocking one down from long range. So an outstanding first half performance from Kadee.
And Nathan Sobey and Aaron Baines, just the 10 points between them. So there's still plenty of upside for the Brisbane Bullets. Well, from the Southeast Phoenix, the talk tonight was they got a couple of their imports back, Trey Cal and Gary Brown back into the side. Trey Cal had missed a couple with the knee. Gary Brown's missed 5 games. And they started well, particularly Trey Cal. In that first quarter, they looked like they hadn't missed a beat, but just weren't able to continue it in the second.
He was terrific right out of the gate, Trey Cal. 7 early points. All these buckets, these 3 buckets you see here on the highlights. But then he picked up a couple of fouls, had to go to the bench, cooled off from there. So a good first quarter, a good opening couple of minutes, but he's been missing ever since, and they need him to fire up in this third term.
Well, we know this is a massive game. As we said, Southeast have lost 4 on the trot. They've slipped from 3rd all the way down to 6th, and if they happen to lose tonight, they will be out of the top 6. Melbourne United will sneak into the top 6. There's a lot of teams that will be watching this one closely. Adelaide 36ers, the Wildcats, the Jack Jumpers. So this is a massive game for Southeast Land. If they lose this, it could be season over.
Well, they've still got some games to play, yes, but it's going to be a tough run home. This really has to feel like a must-win type of situation for the Phoenix. And meanwhile, our man X has a little bit of a grin on his face here at half-time as Brisbane lead by 7.
They've just got to continue it on the Brisbane Bullets. We've seen this before. Can they get the job done? It's a huge second half, and we also know, thanks to Latrobe Financial, that we are giving away a guaranteed $50,000. All you got to do is make a half-court shot. We see some of the entries there. You've still got time. Find a basketball court, get in there, get creative, and who knows, $50,000 could be jumping in your pocket to start season 2023. Well, stick with us. Huge second half to come right after this. Well, we have to go back to November 5 since the last time the Brisbane Bullets beat anybody other than the Perth Wildcats in this NBL season 23. And at the moment, they lead by 7 points at halftime and looking to shake up the top 6. The Phoenix in front of their home crowd, they need to find a way to get back into this one. There was a little injury scare just before halftime with Ryan Brockhoff. Let's get down courtside to Drew Jones for an update.
Joey, thanks so much. Great news for Ryan Brockhoff, who got a knee knock just before halftime, as you mentioned. He's been warming up behind me for the last 5 minutes. I reckon you'll even see him on the court starting in the second half for the Phoenix. We know he's had so many injuries over the years, so that is great news for the Phoenix. In a must-win game, they've lost their last 4. Defense, the big focus for them in the second half. They've been conceding over 100 points a game during that losing streak. From a Brisbane point of view, the emotional investment has been really clear, being down here at ground level, court level in the stadium. They've been really emotionally invested, led by Aaron Baines, who's been very vocal on the bench.
Yeah, good point, Drew. We spoke about just losing his cool a little bit, but it just shows that they're still vested in this one. They're still passionate, Liam. They're still playing to want to win. And Kadee looked to be aggressive straight away. Sauce met him at the ring. Now Baines will kick it out. I'll give it to the man who can knock down a 3, Mitchell. That was not close. And we'll get settled into this second half. It'll be Cal, Brown, Williams, Brockhoff and Creek for the Phoenix. Mitchell, White, Kadee, Baines and Sobey for the Bullets. Here is Brockhoff. We mentioned he's been struggling from long range since his return. Now just 1 of 15 in his 3 games back. A bit long on that one. Cal, Brown. Can these two get going for the Phoenix? They've just dried up since quarter time. Gary Brown now just 2 of 10 from the field. Sobey, just the 6 points, quiet for him. We know he can get going, and again, contact off the ball involving Baines.
Oh, former Boomers teammates colliding right there. And again, the big fella goes down, but that's a good screen. That's heavy contact as Brockhoff's trying to chase his man around that action. Baines and his screening prowess coming in to effect right here.
Thank you.
Definitely one of the best screeners our league has to offer. Big body, strong. Don't know if I agree with him going down on a couple of those, but doing a great job of picking up a couple fouls.
Here's Mitchell. Got Creek guarding him, looking to be aggressive, and the shot clock will beat them again. It's happened a couple of times in this game for the Bullets. Their 6th turnover.
Their issue, the Phoenix, has been executing in the half court.
Definitely.
They have been bone dry offensively for a good stretch here now.
This is going to be a turnout to a post-up for Big Sauce.
Kicks it back to Cal. He gets that mid-range going, gets it to fall. It'll be Trey Cal to give them the spark in this second half. His first point since the opening term. Full house. Finals on the line. Sobey. Way off. Just the 3 field goal attempts for Nathan Sobey in the first half. So we get to the free throw line a couple of occasions. Cal again. Couldn't get that to finish, but Williams, another offensive board. Did well, the big fella. And he gives a little flex to the crowd.
He's a beast down there. Getting all over the offensive glass. We mentioned they lead the league in offensive rebounding percentage, the Phoenix, as Baines picks up another foul. Off the ball, trying to seal up underneath. A little overzealous with the physicality, and he picks up his 4th.
Take a look at the Amy replay. Spoke about Baines maybe going down a little bit easy. X felt like Williams got one back. He's probably still thinking about that one in the first minute.
Definitely think so. Baines has to be careful too.
I wonder what he's having that conversation with. Do you think he wants to stay out there? What trust would you give Liam in a senior player like Aaron Baines to, if he says, look, I can stay out there and not give away a 5th foul?
Well, I mean, you'd like to, and sometimes you can. Certainly Adam Ford's doing that in a big way right now. He does that with Tajir McCall game after game. Lets him play through foul trouble. But, geez, it's early as
with the left.
Finishes high off the glass with the left. It's early. 17 minutes to play here. You're on 4 personals, and guys are hitting the deck left and right. Probably best to take a seat.
Mitch Creek might be the spark. 12 points for him now. 5 rebounds, couple of assists. Harrison will play some minutes now with Baines taking a seat. Walker. White, in fact, sorry. White didn't get that to fall.
Throwback.
Yeah. Creek lets it fly. Here's Andrew White, and he's got the 7 points.
And if you're Brisbane, you have to keep the ball in Kadi's hands, heavy doses of ball screens, and allow him to make plays for this team right now.
A couple of turnovers early in this 3rd quarter for Brisbane. Still holding on to that 3-point lead. Here's Brockhoff. Can he get going from outside? That certainly helps.
Good action. Making a bit of a focus of Brockhoff. Everybody watching him. Gary Brown playing off Brockhoff as he loses his defender, and they force a turnover out in transition.
Brown to Williams.
Timeout.
He's trying to get the energy in the building. He's getting the crowd up and about, and they get back in front, the Phoenix. And Greg Vanderjack calls a timeout as we see Brockhoff here, who's been struggling. Got a good look, and then off the turnover. An easy bucket at the other end. And Alan Williams now 11 points, 4 boards. And he's got Aaron Baines sitting on the sidelines. We'll speak about Ryan Brockhoff. Well, I think we've all seen in the last week or so, big Dirk Nowitzki, one of the greatest of all time. He's been spending time down under, and there he is with his former teammate, Ryan Brockhoff, showing him around, probably, around Melbourne. Great to see Dirk. And he's been around a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, a couple of former Dallas Mavericks. Shout out to another former Dallas Maverick, Chris Anstey, who has brought Dirk down under for some speaking engagements and activities. He caught up with his former Dallas Mavericks assistant coach, big Scott Roth, down there in Tassie. And I tell you, those guys go way back. Dirk's first season in the league, Scott Roth, Dirk Nowitzki, there's Steve Nash, chopping it up way back when.
Scott Roth telling all the boys, that he taught Dirk everything he knew, everything he learned.
I wouldn't doubt it. Seen Scott Roth hitting them half-court shots.
He was awesome, Dirk Nowitzki. Aaron Baines still heavily invested in this one. He's been a great presence to the league this year. We probably haven't seen the very best of him. Probably not what we thought we would get from Aaron Baines, but great to have him in this league. And the Bullets have said he'll definitely be back next year if he doesn't get to the NBA. He'll stay with the Brisbane Bullets. As Tyler Johnson checks in. Sobey. Harrison.
That's a great
puts
take.
the head down and gets to the basket.
Great take.
Here's Williams again, the feed from Brown. That's going to be an offensive, yeah.
It's a good whistle.
Great call.
The help came really late across the baseline. The help defender was not there early enough, but in the end, as he contested in the air, watch the left arm of Alan Williams fend off Tyler Johnson. And the refs were right on the spot.
And that's Williams' 3rd foul, so he'll also take a seat.
See, that one I think you could play through. It's 3 fouls here. Picks up his 3rd midway through the 3rd period. I'm not sure that's an automatic hook.
Dane Pinot checks in. And here he's going to try and guard Kadi. Couldn't get that to fall. 20 points for Jason Cadee. Now Creek looking to get to that right hand. Great block from DJ Mitchell. Johnson thought about it. Now they work back through Cadee. Now Mitchell down low. Johnson, nice cut, the little floater.
Oh, wow.
Another one that was halfway down. They've had a few of them, the Bullets.
They've got to get Creaky a touch here.
Gary Brown barking instructions to his team, calling the play. And the foul's going to be called on Mitchell. Brisbane Bullets back up again Thursday night against the Adelaide 36ers. Of course, this is their third game in 6 days, so do they have the legs to go with the fresh Phoenix? They haven't played for 8 days.
You can see a little bit clunky at the offensive end in that half court for the Phoenix so far this evening. Yeah, you'd imagine getting those key guys back in. It's going to take a hot little minute to build back the chemistry, but oh boy, they needed to come good here in these last 14 minutes. We've spoken ad nauseum about how important it is for the Phoenix to tick this game off, get this job done, and move on to the next while they are well and truly in a dogfight right now.
They take on Tassie on Wednesday night to kick off round 16. The Phoenix in Tassie. You know, that's always a tough ask. And this season, with thanks to MG, we're giving away a brand new MG ZS EV electric car valued at just under $45,000. Enter now at nbl.com.au/winmg. See Sam McKinnon there in the background looking on. Big decisions for the organisation at the end of this season, the Bullets, but they've got a game to win tonight to upset the apple cart. Creek couldn't finish, but draws the foul.
That's the type of touch you're talking about. A focus for the Phoenix to try to get Mitch Creek involved.
100%. He's your MVP candidate. He's the guy that's led you all season. He needs to get his touches. He's a guy that can, you know, stop runs and do things like this, get to the free throw line and settle your team down. So every couple possessions, if he hasn't touched the ball, you definitely need to feature him and get him his touches.
From a defensive perspective, what's the scout on Mitch Creek? How do you go about trying to contain him over the course of a ball game?
You know, he loves to get to that right-hand floater. You know, keep him off that. Try and be as physical as possible as you can with him, and just make things difficult. He doesn't really play in the mid-range, and so try and just keep him to areas where he is uncomfortable on the floor, and just he's going to get to the free throw line. So kind of just do as best as you can in those areas.
Shout out Dean Vickerman, whose ears pricked up at the at the asking of that question.
Yeah, I wouldn't give away too much information.
You handled it beautifully.
No, you don't pass it off. No. So it's still holding one when it goes in the rim. Still holding one.
So Phoenix retake the lead. Tyler Johnson with the ball, just the 2 points for him. As we said, been averaging just under 19 a game the last 4. Here he is, looking to go to work. Good defense from Pinot. Got it down low, and they get the strip, the Phoenix, and now Trey Cal looking to go downhill, draws another foul. Now they're starting to get to the free throw line.
And it's that relentless attack on the rim. The Phoenix now are starting to play their game. This is what they like to do. It's somewhat reminiscent of the Kings, just not quite at the same type of relentless pace, possession after possession. But this is why they lead the league in free throw attempts and free throw rate. They get their head down, they put heat on the rim, paint touches, and they're starting to get the game being played now on their terms.
Missed Trey Kell the last couple since that knee injury that he copped on New Year's Day against the Jack Jumpers. That knocked to the knee. Missed a couple of games, averaging that 12.5 points. As Owen Foxwell will be the 12th player to check in this game for the Phoenix.
Well, this is interesting. Foxwell here in the second half gets the call up in the backcourt ahead of Kyle Adnam, who had all kinds of issues defensively against Jason Kadee in that second quarter.
Important 3.5 minutes for the Bullets. Can they stick with the Phoenix? Take this one deep. Sobey, still just the 6 points. Kadee's been the man with the hot hand. And he's just got the 2 points in this quarter. Now the Phoenix will get into their set. Brown wide open. And he makes them pay. Just their fourth three-pointer of the night, the Phoenix. A few cracks at it. Here's Kadee again. Throws the lob for Harrison.
Great pass on the empty side.
Much needed bucket for Brisbane after putting 30 points on the board in the second term. They were just their 5th and 6th points since half-time.
That's been a lot of the season for Brisbane. They have good periods, just struggle to sustain it. There was the wide open three. Naomi replay from Gary Brown. And then at the other end, this lob here, of course, we know. For every dunk during the month of January, Sportsbet will donate $500 to Australian prostate cancer. And we're up over $20,000 already in the month of January, thanks to Sportsbet. Sadly, 1 in 6 Australian men develop prostate cancer before the age of 85. Funding supports world-leading researchers, life-saving treatments and patient care. If you want to donate, head to australianprostatecancer.org.au. Have you chipped in there? Have you been able to land one yet in January?
No, I have not.
Well,
I have not.
Come on, you need to do your bit.
He's doing his bit.
He's
just throwing the dimes. He's just throwing the lobs.
Do layups and high finger rolls count? Can we make an exception?
No. But every time you put it above the rim for Marcus to go get, that counts.
And they stay in touch here, Brisbane. Just up the defence here, the Phoenix. Froling out to Kadee. Gets it to fall. Kadee's been the man. Had the assist to Harrison, then the three-pointer. And they're back within 2. Creek, good feed to Pinot, and it's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Oh, wow. Really good pass. Well called, Joey. Mitch Creek makes really good decisions on the short roll in that type of situation, and quick shovel pass to Pinot, and it's a good call. Made no attempt to play the ball. Just try to hold him down as a professional foul, and I'm sorry, that's an unsportsmanlike foul.
And that's just a really bad foul in that situation.
Pinot will take the free throw. And they'll keep possession here at the Phoenix. Jack Gack checks in. Adnam back in the game with Foxwell. Pinot, Creek and Cal. Here is Trey Cal. Downhill, the Creek with a follow-up. Another offensive board. A little flex. And an important bucket. And the leader stepping up again.
Well, they're going to need him to be big in these kind of moments. Williams, Brown, Brokoff, those guys all on the bench need to play through Cal and need to play through Creek. Those two combining right there. Creek all over the offensive glass.
And that eye doesn't seem to be a problem for Mitch Creek. Scratched eyeball in that last game against Cairns. He had the 8 days to recover. And he's just continuing to do his thing. 15 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. More importantly, trying to get his team a much-needed win. Snap this 4-game losing streak, stay in the top 6. Put some pressure on some other clubs. Cal again. Good defense from White. Here's Tyler Johnson. Been quiet tonight, just a couple of points. Gets to his left hand, and another one that just bounces out.
And that's what you were talking about, Liam, the defensive impact that Kyle Adnam can have when he's in the game. You know, he's a guy that, you know, he might be a pick on the defensive end. And Tyler Johnson obviously seen that, and he felt like he can exploit it. And he's going to the free throw line for 2.
Gets that one to fall. Tyler Johnson. Have you seen his season, Liam? Tyler Johnson with the Bullets.
I think they could play through him a little more, to be honest. I think they could have done that over the course of the season. 15 points a game. He's shooting at 50% from the field. High 30s from three-point territory. I'd have loved to have seen him get more touches on a regular basis.
Again, Creek tried to go with the same play to feed to Pinot. Just couldn't get the handle. We're inside the final minute. Brisbane just hanging in here. Kadee, that was ambitious. Good defense from Cal. Can they put the foot down here, the Phoenix? Cal's looked to be aggressive in this quarter. That's a tough look.
Bad possession in the end. They had Mitch Creek the switch. He had Jason Kadee on him, and they didn't take advantage.
Here's Johnson again, getting to his spot on Adnam, draws the foul, gets the points. Chance for a three-point play.
Well, if you let him peel off those screens on his left hand, he gets you on his hip, keeps you there, you're going to have a tough time of it. And Kyle Adnam just doesn't have the length to be able to impact him in any kind of way with a side or a rear contest.
Yep.
So once he gets the advantage there, Tyler Johnson, he keeps it, and then he takes it.
And like you said, Tyler's been really good this season offensively for him. I would like to see Brisbane run the offense a little bit more through Tyler Johnson. He's been extremely effective. He's able to get to the free throw line. He's shooting the ball from the three-point line at a high percentage and shooting 50% from the field. He's a guy that should be a feature and a focal point of this offense.
It's a whistle, so we have to.
Phoenix stepped in early on that shot, so Johnson will get another look at it. Been a good quarter here for Southeast. Been able to restrict Brisbane to 13 points. And they've been able to turn a 7-point halftime deficit into a lead. Can they finish it off? It'll be Foxwell. It's the screen from Creek. They get it to him. Cal back to Creek. Gonna need to fade away. Can he get it to finish? Just rims out. Well, they've done the hard work, the Phoenix. They've got their noses in front, but this pesky Brisbane Bullets side, they're not going away. Must-win game for the Phoenix. Big fourth quarter to come. Can they get the job done? We'll find out straight after this. Southeast Phoenix in front of a sold-out crowd. They've got a fight on their hands to stay in the top 6 because the Brisbane Bullets, who are desperate for a win, they've lost 10 of their last 11. They are up for the fight tonight. And they trail by 2 points, largely thanks to Jason Kadee, 23 points at three-quarter time. But the Southeast Phoenix, with his home crowd cheering them on, just have to find a way to get the job done. But it's not going to be easy, Liam.
Sure isn't. Going to go down the wire here in this fourth quarter. But the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, they answered the bell there defensively in that third quarter. After giving up 30 in the second, restricted Brisbane at just 13 and in the third, and it sparked them at the offensive end.
Of course, their new part owner, Nick Kyrgios, will be watching on. News this afternoon that he's had to withdraw from the Australian Open. Good ball movement from the Phoenix with a knee injury, so shout out to Nick. Hopefully he recovers soon.
That was great ball movement by the Phoenix. Used 24 seconds on the clock, able to get a wide open layup.
Let's get down to courtside for an update from Drew Jones.
Still pumping here in Juan Turner. It's warm inside the building, still 27 degrees in Melbourne. This atmosphere electric at the moment. The game on the line for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Talk again about defense from Simon Mitchell, who has been testy all game on the sidelines, but these Brisbane Bullets aren't going away. They've lost 10 of their last 11 and desperate to get a win for Greg Vanderjack.
An offensive foul called on DJ Mitchell. Just a bit too aggressive trying to come over the back for that offensive board, but you don't mind seeing that if you're the coach?
Oh, no, you want him to crash, no doubt about it. But similarly, that's the right message from Simon Mitchell in that huddle. It is all about the defensive end for the Phoenix in this fourth quarter. They'll score. They move the ball like they did on that last possession, or they get out in transition. They'll score buckets. Can they keep a handle on Jason Kadee, Tyler Johnson, and the Bullets in this fourth?
Well, that's right. They've scored 90 plus 10 times this year, the Phoenix. No surprise they're 8-2 when they can get to 90 points. Only off the back of that man, Mitch Creek. Foul to Williams, and he's going to get to the free throw line.
Does a good job in those situations, Williams, of making the contact, forcing the contact. He's a little undersized under there against some of those bigger, longer bodies. Bainesy gives us a little wink. So he initiates the contact immediately, makes sure he's going to at least get to the free throw line before he goes up to try to finish.
He does. He does a great job of playing through contact, initiating and seeking it. He loves to get to the free throw line, and when he's not shooting those little floaters, he's trying to get to the free throw line.
Just the 4 rebounds so far for the big fella. As you said earlier, second best rebounder in the competition, averaging over 9 a game. Interesting, the Phoenix, they've got the #1 assist player in the competition, Gary Brown, averaging over 6.5. They've got the #1 scorer in the competition in Mitch Creek, and the second best rebounder in Alan Williams. As Mitchell over Creek, gets that to fall, and he is one that can get hot. Up to 10 points now, DJ Mitchell, 2 of 4. Keeping that 50% strike rate from beyond the arc that he's had for the season. Now Cal backs down on Bark. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Bark having a few words to Cal as we take a look at the Amy replay. The stroke from DJ Mitchell.
That's tough. That is tough. Contested triple off the bounce. Over the outstretched hand there of Mitch Creek. And yeah, you're right. I mean, those shooting clips for DJ Mitchell this season, 48, 46, 87. First season in the league, and he's a dangerous commodity at the offensive end.
Going on off the ball with Williams and Froling. And then Froling made out like he was going to set the pick and just slipped out the back.
It's a great backdoor cut by Harry. It faked like he was coming up to set the ball screen for Sobey and just ended up going backdoor as Gary Brown turns the ball over in the backcourt.
My. Wow. Geez, they looked like they had control there a moment ago, the Phoenix, and how quickly things have turned.
Well, must-win game for the Southeast Phoenix, and they have a fight on their hands. Scores a level, just under 8 minutes left in this one. 13 turnovers for South East tonight, only 9 for the Brisbane Bullets, which has been an important factor because they're dominating the glass, the South East Phoenix, but scoring just been a bit of an issue for them really since quarter time.
Well, they are giving a sucker an even break here. A couple of times in this game, they've looked like they've had control and were about to really go away with it. And some turnovers, missed opportunities. And Brisbane have been able to take advantage and work their way back in.
Well, they're certainly in an arm wrestle here, the South East Phoenix. They're just giving the Bullets a sniff, and that's all they might need. As we said, lost 10 of their last 11. It's been a real struggle for them, but I'm sure they'd love to upset the apple cart next and just knock off a couple of these teams that are trying to play finals. That's all they can really do from here on in the rest of the season. And they're making hard work of it for the Phoenix.
Rowdy will listen to me if I talk to him. Go, next one. Yeah, no, he's okay. He's a big guy. All right, here we go.
They back up again Wednesday night, the Phoenix against Tassie. But they have to get the job done here tonight. They should have the fresh legs. Another backdoor cut.
Oh, wow.
This time Harry played facilitator.
Good execution. Great movement off the ball from Sobey, and Harry Froling so good at making those passes from the elbows.
Cal finds Brown, just had a little fumble. Foul on Froling.
11.
The sideline ball. Only 2 players in double figures for the Brisbane Bullets tonight. Cadet's got 23. Next best is Mitchell with 10. They've had some contributions from Harrison and Tyler Johnson. Sobey's been quiet. Baines. If you had said Sobey and Baines would have 12 points between them in the 4th quarter and they'd be in front, you wouldn't believe it, but they are. Good bit of hustle here from the Phoenix. And equally matched by Brisbane. Sobey. Mitchell.
Oh, my God.
Bounce pass. Didn't work for Bark, but he wins it back. And they're going to have to wipe the floor. That 30 seconds is not going to go in the vault anywhere.
No, wipe that from the tape. Wild stuff there. There's neither team able to take advantage, but can you feel the tension here from the Phoenix and from the fans in the building? It just feels like as each minute passes and we get closer to crunch time, with the Phoenix unable to pull away, there's some real tension in play for the home team.
And I think, like we talked about, I think if you're the Phoenix, you have to go through Mitch Creek on the offensive end right now. He has to have the ball. He has to get touches. And he has to, you know, be a feature in this offense.
Oh, and that's a worry.
From the Chemist Warehouse logo.
If Sobey gets hot, this could be very hard for the Phoenix. As we said, he's had a quiet night. We know what he's capable of. And now they're going to do the chasing.
Well, that foul there on Tyler Johnson, that's now 4 team fouls. Here's the hit from Sobey. Mitchell wanted to take advantage on Foxwell, and Sobey just went bang from way downtown.
And that's the look of a team that have got nothing to lose. They've got no pressure on their shoulders.
That's what I'm saying. What they do have, though, Joe, is 4 team fouls. So the Phoenix, who we've spoken about, are excellent usually at getting to the free throw line. You want to make sure you're on the attack.
This time they set it for Brockhoff. Couldn't finish, and then Bark takes it away from Adnam. Sobey does the right thing. Gets to the rim. Draws the foul. And they've got their tails up here, the Bullets. Crowd starting to get frustrated. Sold out crowd here at the State Basketball Centre.
And Sobey just starting to get himself going. Hits the 3 ball. Now the Phoenix look to try to run him off the arc, and he's got the advantage on Ryan Brockhoff. Gets his shoulder in front and doesn't let up.
A couple of big free throws. And with Hungry Jack's NBL, you can whopper your way to LA. Grab any large burger meal at Hungry Jack's. Enter your receipt code to win 4 tickets, flights, spending money, and accommodation to a basketball game in the USA. And all of a sudden, the lead's out to 7. So do they go through Creek here? Creek and Adnam, little 2-man game, and Adnam draws the foul.
They might be just having a check about whether or not to challenge this. The Brisbane Bullets coaching staff. Timeout called.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
The challenge in play here.
So they're coming off 4 straight losses, the Phoenix, we know that. First it was Adelaide, then it was the Jack Jumpers, Sydney Cairns, and they are going to challenge the call.
It was an interesting one. TJ Mitchell was on the retreat, hands up high. Looked like he was walling up and not doing all that much wrong. Here you see the attack from Adnam, the switch from Mitchell, and then hit there, probably that initial contact with the shoulder. That contact right there, I think it will mean this will be unsuccessful. That one right there.
Did stop him getting able to step back inside, didn't it? I think this might be unsuccessful.
I think he might have got his hands up just half a second late.
You ready, Brock? Okay.
We're ready. Let it go. What's the call?
The coach's challenge is successful. Restart the game with a jump ball.
Interesting.
Jeez.
So the coach's challenge is successful. The coach's challenge is successful. However, it's a jump ball from the shooting. Not the shooting.
The bloke with the laptop at the back celebrating. Celebrating.
It's a little bonus for him.
I got that one right, baby.
Well, it's a big win. I know they don't get possession, but they do stop Adnam going to the free throw line.
All right, go. Go behind. Yes, on the side. All right, let's go.
And they'll keep possession, the Phoenix. Adnam, Foxwell, Creek, Williams, and Brockhoff. Do they go through their superstar? They do. They give the ball down low to him. Can he get to work? They double team him. He's able to get it back to Adnam. Shot clock running down, so he has a fire away.
I didn't stop it. Very wet here.
And they'll stop the ball, but Brisbane will get it. Good defense on Mitch Creek.
The other element of that coach's challenge, that successful coach's challenge from Greg Vanderjack, that would have been the 5th personal foul on DJ Mitchell, who's we know is dangerous. And knocked a couple down here in this second half, feeling pretty good. So he stays out there with 4.
So no, Gary Brown and Trey Cal missed a few weeks of basketball. They had 12 points between them in the first quarter, and they've had just 8 between them since. But you'd think Phoenix, 8 days off. Can that sometimes be a bit of a hindrance as a basketball ex when you can have the continuity and then you have a long break, a long layoff? Can it just be sometimes a challenge to find the rhythm, or should be no excuse?
Yeah, sometimes, but there's no real excuse for it. I think, you had a couple guys out. I think the rest was also good in the position that they were in. So expect to see them, try and get their offense going here. And I think if they can get to playing at a little bit of a better pace, it might feature them a little bit better.
That will be a foul, and Foxwell will get to the free throw line. So that is the advantage they have now. They'll get to the stripe with every foul.
How long do you think Brown sits on the sideline for?
I was just thinking that, X. I was just thinking that. It's fascinating to see in this big moment. Huge moment in the context of their season. Gary Brown's cooling his Jets on the bench still. 10 points, 6 assists. Hasn't really been his night.
He's played 26 minutes. Did they have a time restriction on him?
Oh, jeez.
First game in 3 weeks.
That goes out the window right now, surely. Have to get this win.
They trail by 5. Brisbane looking for the upset. Sobey hit a big 3 earlier this quarter. He's going to let it fly again, and it's
offensive foul.
Jeez, interesting. I thought at first glance there was contact with the arm from Alan Williams.
I thought so too.
But they're calling Sobey for the kick out.
Oh, he did kick him.
He did kick out.
It's a good call.
This will be the better angle. Well, maybe not. There was definitely contact up top.
Just see there, that right foot certainly did extend. And I think they're going to challenge this call as well, the Bullets.
Question is, does he get hit on the hand first?
I think the fact is there's a definite kick out.
For sure.
So if the official on the court decided to go with the kick out, I think it'll stay that way.
Unsuccessful. Who have shooting 2 to number 15. Coaches, unsuccessful.
Shooting 2.
Unsuccessful.
So is that because the ball was already released that he'll get 2 shots?
Okay. Wow. What a turn of events.
And he gets that every time. I did not kick my leg out. I'm allowed to fade away. So the ball's been released. The ball's been released, so therefore it's a defensive foul, so it's 5 fouls, so it has to be 2.
There you go. There's the explanation.
Because the ball's been released, so therefore, yeah, 5th foul.
They come down to free throws, this one.
Is that, yeah, okay.
Both teams have struggled slightly from the free throw line. Phoenix shooting under 70%. Brisbane 58%, but Williams makes both of them. And they're back within 3. Sobey. He's going to fire away again. Leaves that one short. They've trapped Cal. It's good defense. Can he get it away? He tried. That ball's going to go out of bounds.
I don't know why players in that situation don't more regularly just put it off the legs. With the guys that have him trapped. That was always going to be a turnover. Throwing it that length of the floor, basically unsighted. The Bullets take it away.
Gary Brown still on the bench for the Phoenix. Adnam guarding Kadee, who's got the 23 points. He had 18 of them at halftime. Mitchell gets a good look. They've had so many of them, the Bullets, that have been halfway down.
Here he comes. Gary Brown checks back in. It's Kyle Adnam that takes a seat. So Simon Mitchell going with the younger fella, the DPO and Foxwell in these big moments. He likes the defense that he's getting out of him on Nathan Sobey right now. Just staying in front, trying to make things tough.
Williams being the pick from the free throw line tonight, 6 of 8. Knocks down another one. The Phoenix will drop to 7th if they lose this one. Melbourne United will slip up to 6th. He makes both. Coming up big. And they just edge the margin back to 1. Bain still sitting for the Bullets. Haven't seen him at all in this fourth quarter. Sobey, backdoor cut, Mitchell, good defense from Williams.
It was great defense from Williams, getting his hand on that shot, but also really good defense from Owen Foxwell.
Yeah.
On Nathan Sobey, who's looking to be aggressive, but Foxwell cutting off all those angles.
Here he is on Sobey. Kadee, got to let it fly. Shot clock about to expire. Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, my gosh.
Jason
Wow.
Kadee.
What a hit.
Shot clock about to expire. Knocked down his 3rd 3 of the game, up to 26 points. That is well and truly a season high. It was previously 21.
That's big time stuff from Kadee. Good awareness of the shot clock. They've lacked that at times throughout proceedings tonight, but that time knew exactly how much time was remaining. Got that thing up and in.
Williams coming up big here from the free throw line. Knocked down his last 5 on the last few minutes. He's up to 18 points, 5 boards. Can they get a stop? Sobey and Foxwell. This is the matchup. Sobey again looking to be aggressive. And almost good defense. They might look at this, the Phoenix.
He's got his hands up right now, Owen Foxwell, as if I was straight up and walled up, but it did look like maybe he got involved a little. As Sobey initiated the contact, got himself to the free throw line.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Just dropped that right arm, the crucial moment. Just needed to stay disciplined. So tough, so much easier said than done.
Especially when you're taking a hit. To be able to stay with your hands up and stay solid without coming down is extremely tough to do.
Well, we can feel the tension here. What about courtside, Drew Jones? How's the tension in the arena?
Yeah, a lot of locals here, not too many Brisbane fans. When that Jason Kadee 3-point prayer went down, the air just sucks out of the building. There's been tension all night, a lot of fouls, niggly game, both coaches talking to the refs a lot. And looking at Simon Mitchell and Tommy Greer, the hierarchy at South East Melbourne Phoenix, not too many smiles at the moment, a lot of jitters.
And Sobey knocks both down. The experienced Brockhoff checks back in. Under 3 minutes left now. Here's Gary Brown.
Joe, I was going to say, this is why we flagged those early team fouls for the Bullets earlier in this quarter, because it has been a parade to the free throw line for the Phoenix ever since. Trying to claw their way back. They're knocking down free throws with the clock stopped. And it's been massively to their advantage, as you see the nerves, the tense look on Tommy Greer's face right now.
We said it might come down to free throws. They've been knocking them down. Just couldn't get that to fall. So it stays at 3. 2.5 minutes left. Johnson. They see the mismatch. They get it to Harrison on Brockhoff. Can he use his size? Get to the basket, he can, did it well.
Jeez, no help. No help for Brockhoff against the 7-footer. That was easy money for the big fella.
Here's Cal, slips through a couple and then couldn't finish, but Williams is there, cleans it up. He did, then Creek cleans up the next one.
Wow.
Well, the Phoenix and their work on the offensive glass coming to the fore here. There's the Creek's numbers. 17 and 11 double-double with a few dimes thrown in as well. 15 offensive rebounds now for the Phoenix. 4 to Williams and 4 to Mitch Creek.
Celtics have been great on the offensive glass. Miss a shot, they're getting second and third chance opportunities, which is, you know, allowing them to stick around. And I think they're at a point right now where they feel if they can stick around long enough, they might can squeeze this game out.
Good defense from Brown. And he forces the turnover. Gary Brown, a couple of important possessions at both ends of the floor. Tyler Johnson's had a tough night. Look for Creek. Here's Cal. Gets to his spot, leaves it short, but again Williams with an offensive board and a second, and then draws the foul where he's been perfect this quarter.
Well, there's a beast down there. Just swallowing him up here, Alan Williams. Trey Cal just short-armed that one. Mitch Creek having some words. Good leadership. Just saying, hey, we believe in you in these big moments. Shoot that thing with confidence. Meanwhile, Williams, who's 10 of 12 from the stripe, steps there for 2 more big ones.
All right, 2 shots.
His 6th offensive rebound of the game. 17 offensive boards to 4 for the Phoenix. It's given them so many second chance looks that they've needed. And this is the first. 10 of 13 from the stripe. Leading scorer for the Phoenix. Crowd chanting defense. Can they get a stop? Johnson gets to his left, gets that little floater. Couldn't get it to fall. Brockhoff. No, it's Cal, in fact. Who hopefully just got a knock to where you don't want to get one. Maybe, yeah. Well, when I say hopefully, we know that's painful, but better than something more significant.
More than just a knock there.
Wait, that's not
real
pleasant.
sort of karate kick sort of stuff.
Yeah.
For Trey Cal, that has got to hurt.
You surprised they haven't gone to Baines at all in this 4th quarter?
Jeez.
Jeez. As Cal, all he can really do is walk it off. There he is, the big banger. Only played the 11 minutes, just the 4 points and 4 fouls tonight. Coming off his best game of the season a couple of nights ago.
Well, no doubt he'd love to be out there. He's got that look upon his face to say, hey, I'm ready, coach.
I'm ready to go.
Always good just to stand up, just stay in the eye line of the coach. Just he turns around, looks down his bench.
Don't worry, Greg Vanderjack knows he's there. It's a man whose presence is felt at all times. Meanwhile, if you're the Phoenix, geez, every possession big right here. Get that thing through some hands. Foxwell checks in as Trey Cal tries to right himself.
Here we go. Almost season on the line stuff for the Phoenix. They've got 4 games to come. after this, but this is the one they had penciled in. Can they get the win? Creek leaves it short. And Johnson with a good board. They can take their full 24 seconds here, Brisbane. Rockoff guarding Sobey. Harrison sets the screen. He likes the matchup. Well done, Williams. Good defence.
A little shakes action. Creaky's going to slip through. They're going to bring Alan Williams back into a ball screen.
Brown gets it back. Back to Williams. Here's their superstar, Creek. They're going to keep possession.
They'll review it. No need for a challenge to review those kind of calls in these last 2 minutes. Williams's hand was definitely involved.
So it is getting reviewed, as you said. Mitch Creek, 0 from 5 tonight from long range. He's had a couple of wide open looks. Normally a pretty good three-point shooter.
To be honest, Joey, they can get something better.
Yeah.
The Bullets are over the limit. They've been calling fouls in the fourth quarter, and we know how much of a handful Creek is when he's attacking the rim.
Yeah, put him on those, either one of the elbows or on the low block where he's going to put pressure on the officials to call foul. And you know, that's what Creaky does best, is get to the free throw line and knock down free throws. So expect to see if they get the ball back here to feature Creaky on one of these low blocks and allow their MVP candidate to make a play for him.
Timeout called by Simon Mitchell to draw up what he wants to execute out of this out of bounds. They've been pretty good in these types of situations where you do see from time to time them get quick buckets off these actions. Often a little pin screen for Creek to just flash to the ball, the little righty push shot off the backboard. Yeah. They can get something quick like that. No need here to use clock because you want to give yourselves other opportunities in case you don't score. So a quick look that you can get something good close to the rim. And then you rely on your defense. The other thing from my perspective here, no need to go for the three.
No need. Quick look, like you said, if they can get it easy when you take it. If not, you try and get yourself into a quick action and leave yourself some time on the clock. If you score, you have to play it out. Brisbane will probably take the last shot. You gotta get a clean, good look. If you get a wide open three here, you take it. If not, something to the rim. Put pressure on the officials to blow their whistles and make a call.
So it'll be a Phoenix ball. 22.6 seconds left. They will drop out of the top 6 if they can't get this win tonight. With games against Tassie, Perth, Cairns and Sydney to come. This is a must win. And they must score from this possession. Rockoff gonna let it fly. Couldn't get it to go, and then Harrison's gonna get fouled. That'll be his 4th foul, Alan Williams. And there's 17 seconds left on the clock.
So you can't let them eat clock here if you're the Phoenix. You want to try and get a quick trap or steal the inbounds, but from there, it's a matter of playing the foul game, stopping the clock, putting pressure on the Bullets to knock down some free throws.
They add an extra second back on the clock.
If you're Brisbane, you want the ball in Sobey's hands, Tyler Johnson's hands, or Kadhi's hands.
It's been round 12 since they last had a win, the Brisbane Bullets.
Yep, go or not? Okay, all right, here we go.
Nathan Sobey's their best free throw shooter. DJ Mitchell, also very good. And they'll foul Kadhi.
Jeez, wide open catch. They didn't do a great job of staying attached there, the Phoenix. Easy catch for Tyler Johnson, but what they did do well was foul early.
And that's what you want as Kadee. You have Kadee being the guy taking the ball out, the initiator, which allows him to step back in, which releases a little bit of pressure. So great on Brisbane to have Kadee inbounding the ball where he can step back in and get it really quickly.
An 85% free throw shooter on the season. He's 1 of 2 tonight. He's been awesome in this game. 27 points now to make it 2 possessions. Calmly knocks them both down with ease.
I find it interesting they called the timeout. That's their last timeout, the Phoenix. Opportunity there to go quickly. You had the free throws, so a chance to work out what you wanted to run. Go quickly, get a quick score, because you're going to need another one.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool. NBA 2K23, they've added official NBL jerseys to their game. This is the first time NBL jerseys have appeared in NBA 2K. Players can purchase and wear their local NBA team jerseys for their My Player. How good do they look?
Pretty
Come up
nice.
the tree.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
NBA 2K23, you a player? Next. So you got.
I am not a huge player, but I know
Who's a gamer?
lot of our guys are.
Who's a gamer?
D-Sav, Cal, all these guys on our team are big gamers. They're JD, Quatch, all these guys are straight after practice. They're going home and right on 2K.
So what are you looking for here, Lem? What are you trying to do? What are you drawing up?
Something quick.
Something quick?
Yeah, Gary, obviously you can advance it here. That's the advantage there of the timeout. And then something quick for Mitch Creek to catch it and rip towards the rim.
Yep.
3 straight three-point attempts from the Phoenix before this play.
Phoenix fans hold their breath. Melbourne United fans are watching this one intently. They go to Brockhoff, who's been struggling, missed the first. Brown will let it fly now. He's going to draw the foul.
Oh my
and
God.
almost went in. That would have thrown a spanner in the works. So Gary Brown, who's 3 from 4 from the stripe tonight. He's normally cool as a cucumber. Just got him on the wrist, Tyler Johnson. Full house, and you can hear a pin drop. Knocks down the first. It was a nervous free throw.
Overthought it, didn't he?
Took a long time.
Held it for an extra count or 2.
Hey, Mitchell, you're up forward. I want it clean.
And they get the ball back. And then travel called.
Come outside the 3. Time out! You start in and then you come out. Time out!
There's the explanation from the ref. Said he started inside the three-point line and then finished outside.
Jeez.
You want a timeout?
Wow, what a wild little turn of events that was. Missed the free throw. Short armed those last 2 big time, Gary Brown. Got it back and said, you know what, I'm going to tie this thing up off my own hand.
Just couldn't quite see the start of when he picked up the ball. But it makes it hard now. 3 points.
Well, either way, he missed the shot. So it's not like the official took away the 3-point hit there, but they had obviously offensive rebounding opportunities. Here's another look at it.
Saying 1,
There's the
2,
left, right. the shot fake. Keeps his foot. No, just moves that left pivot foot slightly.
Fair call from the official. He was trying to just get outside that three-point line. He knew they needed a three. But he was tense on those free throws. That just shows the pressure they're feeling, the Phoenix, coming into this game, the way they've played really since quarter time.
And in this type of situation, they have to do a much better job, the Phoenix, of staying attached on this inbounds.
Yeah.
Down three, you know, you're really hoping that they miss both free throws if you have to foul. So you have to stay attached, potentially force a turnover.
And they find a way to get the ball back here. You've got to be careful not to give away an intentional to Rungy. On Johnson.
Yep. Okay, do you have from far away? I've got a normal foul. Yeah. On Ruben's right. Yeah. Ruben, I got a normal foul. It runs in the back of it.
So they did think about taking a look at it, but they're just going to leave it as a normal foul. So Tyler Johnson, just the 6 points for him tonight. 2 of 10 from the field. 2 of 3 from the free throw line. We know how much experience he has. He calmly knocks down the first. This is going to be a huge upset. Brown needs to let it fly. Gets it to Creek. Leaves it short. And the unthinkable is going to happen. The Brisbane Bullets have spoiled the party. Jason Kadee on his haunches. He looks sore, and hopefully he's okay, but he will be the player of the game. He was the man for the Brisbane Bullets, the footlocker player of the game. Led from the front, got his team over the line. It's been a long time. 10 of their last 11 they've lost. We know about the season, but finally they get a win, and they have upset the Southeast Phoenix in front of a sold-out crowd at the State Basketball Centre by 5 points. We'll be back straight after this to dissect what happened. Well, the Brisbane Bullets have stunned the Southeast Phoenix to cause a huge upset and make it 5 losses on the trot for Southeast, and it was off the back of this man, the footlocker player of the game, Jason Kadee, particularly in the first half. 18 points, set up his 28-point game.
He came out ultra aggressive. He wanted to come into this game and make it a point to set the tone early for this team, and he did that. He set the tone and then was able to bring him home in the fourth quarter.
Absolute captain's knock from Jason Kadee. As you say, X led from the front, 28 points, and came up with big hits down the stretch. And in the end, heartbreak hometown for the Phoenix.
And it has left them in a really tricky spot. They have to back up. They have to lick their wounds, the Phoenix. They play Wednesday night. They have to go down to My State Bank Arena and take on the tough Tassie Jack Jumpers. They just have to get the win there. The Bullets will back up again Thursday night with a little bit of confidence and a chance to make it 2 on the trot against the Adelaide 36ers. And then Melbourne United, huge game Saturday night, X, against Adelaide, and try and consolidate a spot all of a sudden in the top 6.
Yeah, we're playing good basketball. We want to go up to Adelaide and hopefully keep it going. You know, we're starting to put it together at the right time, and hopefully we can continue.
Well, thank you for your time, X. As always, good luck Saturday night. Liam, you never know what you're going to get in NBL23. It's why we love it. The Brisbane Bullets cause the upset, and they defeat the Southeast Phoenix by 5 points. And not many of us saw that coming. Good night.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.